Right, good afternoon folks. This is now a report back on one of the projects that Martin had here. This is the one in the Langkloof I'll call it my farm. It's not my farm. Sonia and Lee Comrie's farm called Willowvale. So we're going to start off here from our heat pump, and it's been all plumbed in. Had a bit of a time getting it to bleed properly. Everything's been sort of cemented up, all the rest of it, and it works. Okay, so I've had it running and it's been pushing out heat. Here we've got the generator room, our circuit boards, our automatic changeover switch, and our genset that's been running very well, especially now with the power outages that we've had. And then we go outside the little generator room up at the top here. We've got our air pump to the fish tanks, and next to that, on that side there, we will be putting our zapper. At the moment, I've got Shelton. He's busy putting in the return line from the fish house that will come to the pump. It'll go into a box here. So in the winter, we will be taking out the hot water from there. Hot water. The hot air will be coming from out there. Okay. The actual southern side of the fish house, as you can see, it's a big wall. It's got some windows in so that we can let heat out in summer. So they're not open at the moment. It's cold here. It's overcast. We've got a bit of a wind blowing. Okay, now we're going to go into our fish house. The walls were painted black as per Martin's request. So is the floor. And it's nice and cozy in here. And here we've got our tanks. Water from the fish line or fish sumps running in. As you can see, the aeration's running nicely. It's actually picked up a lot. I was a bit worried, but I'm happy. It seems to be very good. Our return lines, this big blue line's the return line, and the little white one's the supply line. And on your left hand side, you'll see a little blue pipe running on the floor and then going up. That is the supply to the geyser. Here we've got the changeover switch for the heating system from the heat pump. And here we've got our geyser, which is our storage receptacle for water for the heat pump. This is the feed store. There the power has just gone off. Beautiful. And there you can hear the generator starting. Okay. So the Jenny's just kicked in. We just have to wait for all the pumps and things to come online again as soon as the generator activates itself. So it's just in warm-up mode at the moment. There you can see power's kicked in. Air's back online. And there comes our water back again. So it's literally 15-20 seconds and we're back online again. Okay, here we've got the guys busy building stairs. For those who are aged and who can't stretch and walk up the side of the slope. No names, no pack drill. So it's Claude and it's Cameron. They're busy doing this. It's been a bit of a thing here because, as you can see, one still has to go down quite a bit. But this will get all planked up and it'll get stone put into it so you don't slip when you walk down. Okay, we're going into the sump room now. Sump room, of course, is double glazed. The whole system's decoupled, which means it's not part of the fish, the actual aquaponics unit. So this first tank you've got, this is the return water from the aquaponics unit. So the clean water comes in here. And then on that side, the green tank is our fish. That's the dirty water that goes up to the aquaponics unit. Because the system is decoupled, we had to upgrade the pumps. Because we're lifting water about 3.5–4 meters before it actually gets to the unit itself. And we had to make a change there. The whole house is double glazed in the sense of double plastics. And there's my little inlet valve from my water source so that it can top itself up. Okay. You've got the sump house, then up the embankment on the platform, and that's where the fish house is sitting. As you can see, it's quite a way. Right, and this is the long view, or the outside view of the actual aquaponics unit. We put on the bay on the side, on the western side, because of the wind. It deflects wind. Now into that, as soon as we've got everything sorted out, there's a door that's going to go in from it, and I'll be putting in wicking beds there for all my herbs and such like that doesn't quite enjoy too much water and that needs a soft medium to grow in. Okay, here we're entering the, so I just want to close my gate, try and keep the hohos out while we can. Here we're entering the bucket side. Bucket side's working quite well. Some adjustments, fine adjustment has to be done. We've got 180 buckets here, and we've planted them to some herbs and tomatoes. The cucumbers will be coming in as soon as I receive my seed, and that will be that for this lot. Then we go through to the first set of media beds. At the moment they're a bit barren. I've got some parsley in. One or two of them haven't taken. Some of my herbs are sickling. It was a very hot day when we transplanted, but they're coming right. The leaves are starting to come through. So here I'll be planting more herbs, stuff that's pretty low, so it doesn't go right up to the roof. Here you've got your OSBRs, as you know, as Martin calls them, or as he's registered them. They're working very well. So far we've adjusted them, they don't overflow. In other words, there's not too much flow from the fish sump to here. We've been able to regulate that, and our bells are all working nicely. They're doing their thing, they're gurgling and carrying on like they should. You'll see the little bits of flowers here. I've got to get some more dandelions in. The flowers are for packaging purposes, not for beauty. Although it does help, but we'll get them sorted out. Okay, now we come to our raft beds. Before we do that, here are our MSTs, and they're all working away as well. So we've got 4 lines of the MSTs here. We've got some extra pumps. We've uprated our air pumps, and then we go into the beds. As you can see over there, we've got our little lettuces, and we've got some fennel, and we've got I'm trying to rock it, and we've got some celery, and we've got some more lettuce, and sorry, we've got kale there. That's kale, curly leaf kale. Here we've got some baby leaf spinach. Here we've got some flat leaf parsley. We've got some basil. We've got some moss or curly parsley. And then we go through to the next set. So this all gravitates the one to the other. Same here, these beds I've got some sage in, and we're going to put some other stuff in here as well. So the first set of beds, and these guys have been in now. They've been in for some more parsley, fennel. I've got to get this right. The one that's dull, that's dull, sorry. Yeah, and then I've got some fennel on the other side where I said this is dull. So we've got dull there, we've got some dull there. And some of my sages have taken, some of them haven't taken. Some of my rosemaries have taken, and some of them haven't taken. So we're going to replant some of the rosemaries. Got different varieties of lettuces. I prefer the curlies and the frillies and the oaks to the cos. Here we've got some spring onions. We've got red spring onions. We've got chives, and we've got some white spring onions. On the back there I've got my pak choy. I want to plant more pak choy, so some of these floaters with the smaller holes are going to be converted, so I can put pak choy in. Okay, and here we come to the end of the system. All these lines drain into the 110mm pipe, and then it runs all along there and then down the side of the house all the way back to the sump. Okay, and that is the system, guys. So far so good.